Boeing CEO Dennis Muilenburg is going to be speaking at the Bernstein Strategic Decisions Conference today. Phil LeBeau joins us with a preview of what to expect. And Phil, a lot of people are going to be watching this to see his comments on what's been happening.
Absolutely, Becky. And the big focus for a lot of people will be what he says about the projection for when the 737 MAX potentially could be back in service, because we've seen a couple of wire reports over the last day or two where airlines in Asia are saying they've been given indications by Boeing that the plane could be back in service as early as July. So for Dennis Muilenburg, when he speaks today, the big focus will be on Boeing's path forward. He'll be speaking at the Bernstein conference shortly after 8 o'clock this morning. For the 737 MAX, remember, there are several key moments that are coming up within the next couple of weeks, several weeks. Hard to know the exact time frame. You've got the FAA certification flight. That may happen in the next week or two. After that, Boeing will likely file for recertification. They've already been in conversations with the FAA, so it's not like they're in the dark here. The FAA knows, what they're working on, and they know what the FAA is expecting. And then the question becomes, do we see the groundings lifted perhaps in late June, maybe by early July? 737 MAX production is what analysts will be focused on in terms of any commentary from Dennis Muilenburg about, look, we think that we can ramp up production relatively quickly after the groundings are lifted. It's going to take some time to clear out some of the planes that have been built but then need to be delivered. What exactly does he say? Does he say anything at all? As you take a look at shares of Boeing, keep in mind that there have been 0 737 MAX orders since the grounding took place, and we have the order reports for March and April, and we'll get the May one coming up early next month. But so far, guys, we have not seen any orders. Remember, they've got a huge backlog on the 737 MAX, so the fact that you don't see a couple of months with orders is not a huge deal, but it is an indication of where the industry is right now.
Probably not a surprise, Phil, right? If you're thinking of ordering one, you want to wait till kind of the dust settles, till you find out what happens, and probably also, from a business perspective, you want to get your best price.
Right. You want to get your best price. And look, a lot of the airlines that are quote-unquote Boeing customers, remember, airlines, they tend to be either Boeing customers or Airbus customers. There are some who fly both, but that's because you've got all of your parts, your training, simulators, everything locked in with that type of aircraft. Most of those who were interested in the 737 MAX have placed their orders, or leasing companies have done that. So that's why you've got this huge backlog. A couple of months without orders does not mean that people are completely shunning this aircraft. Now, let's see what happens over the next 3 or 4 months.